On the Instagram channel. And what's going on, everybody down here on the Facebook Live channel? It's me, Mike Marino. Welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. We've been having so much fun, and I hope everybody who's watching tonight knows that this is 199. This is my 199th episode, and next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, September 7th, will be my 200th episode, and we're going to celebrate by having my dad back on the show. He's going to be the only guest that came on the show multiple times because everybody likes my dad. But everybody likes all the guests on my show, and I got a great guest on my show tonight. I'm very excited to have this young lady on the show. We're going to say her name. I've been screwing up her name since she came to the house. Don't get mad at me. Sometimes these young kids with these incredible Italian last names, spelt completely out of control, get mad when older people can't say their name, because I, being Italian, should know how to say the name. So don't correct me if I'm wrong. Marisa Urcinole.
Sort of.
Oh, shit.
Okay. It's Urcinole. It rhymes with cannoli.
It rhymes with cannoli. There's the joke right there. She already bested me before the show began with one of the greatest jokes at the top of the show. Cannoli rhymes with Urcinole. What did I say?
You've said
Urcinole?
Urcinole. You spelled it with an O.
I've been misspelling her name. I did spell it with an O, but I flunked spelling.
Oh, that's okay.
Back when spelling was something you had to take in school. Now you just Google.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I don't want to start when I was your age. When I was younger, we had to take up school and learning. Now you just Google. If you don't know something, you Google. Like the other day, my mother used to say, and we were talking about this before, that ginger ale can cure anything.
Yes, it can.
So if you had a sore throat, your mother would say, have some ginger ale.
Yeah.
If you had a stomach ache, your mother said, have some ginger ale.
Or a headache.
Or a headache.
Or a headache.
I remember my mother said to me when I broke my leg, have some ginger ale and walk it off.
Very nice.
I still can't use that leg. Marisa, thank you so much for coming all the way from wherever you are in the state of New Jersey to come down to the basement and hang out with me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Where did you come from?
So originally, we're all from Bergen County.
Oh, uh-oh.
So all the way from, the New York area, and then my dad wanted some fresh air, so he decided to go all the way out west to Morris County, where it's just trees. There's nothing around but just trees. So Bergen County, Morris County, I hop back and forth between the two.
And you can hear her accent from Bergen County. I thought I had an accent. My accent's from Jersey City, but it can almost be a little bit similar, but it's actually different, especially if you're from North, South, and Central Jersey. We hear the difference, but people around the world or around the country right now who are watching this show have no idea that there's a difference between our accents. But she definitely sounded like she was from North Bergen to me. There's a lot of Italian people in North Bergen. Nutley. I don't think Jersey City anymore, but these particular areas are really saturated with Goombas and Goombiettes, if that's even a word anymore. And so it's nice that you came from there. You do have that little bit of an accent. I like the way you described it, because what she's saying is she moved to the suburbs.
Yes.
Like where we are right now in Scotch Plains.
Yes. Yep. Feels just like home. Yep.
There's trees here. We put the garbage out on garbage night. We get up in the morning and we say hello to each other. We hear the birds and the squirrels. North Bergen, gunfire, arguments. Don't be afraid to chime in here.
There's a variety of sounds, we'll say.
The sounds are a little bit different, like an IROC. A Harley Davidson starting up at 7 o'clock in the morning that says Vinny on the side of the tank. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We met on the internet. She has a great presence on social media, And I think it's
Yes.
really wonderful
Thank you.
that someone so young, 22, if we could say that.
23 today.
You turned,
Today
today's your
is my
birthday?
birthday. I am
Get
23.
the hell outta here.
I swear to God.
Holy shit. All right, we have a birthday guest on the show live from my mother's basement. I did not know that, so I am double pleased to know that not only did you come all the way from North Bergen to be on my show, but you're celebrating your birthday on my show. I feel really bad. I wish I had known I'd have baked a cake.
I already did that last
I
night.
know. I was.
Yes.
Oh, where is it? Because you came in with the cookies.
Well, right now it's in the refrigerator at home because I did 4 layers with all the frosting in between. And then what I did this time, because I wanted to be frisky this year, I did a geode cake. So I cut out a little chunk of the cake, and then I put some rock candy in the center. So when you look at the cake, it's a white cake with some like blue crystals. So it looks like a little bit of a geode.
Okay, well, I'm stumped. Stumped the host here. I don't know what a geode is. I'll have to Google this. Either that or you're going to have to tell us because my guest on the show tonight cooks. Specifically or non-specifically, Italian food, cookies, cakes, all kinds of great stuff that we're going to talk about and taste on the show. Unfortunately, for some reason or other, the birthday cake didn't make it into the house.
Couldn't fit in the car.
I don't know what kind of a birthday cake she made, but I would love to have had some birthday cake. We are going to be, I'll tease you right now with all the cookies that are in this plate. And we are going to attack that, and she's going to tell us all about it after we do a little bit of a rant about what's going on in the world. But I'm excited to know that it's her birthday. She's 23 years old.
Yep.
You kind of look like a teenager.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, when she said that she wanted to come on the show, I'm like, you have to bring your mom. So her mom, Lynn, is in the audience. She's the one opening and closing the refrigerator and hitting back those beers. There's a lot of
Hey,
beers
Mom.
going in Lynn's stomach right now, and some shots of Johnny Walker Black. She even sounds like a guy once in a while. All right, anyhow, try not to stump the host. We were watching the news when Marisa came over, and we all like to talk about what's going on in the world today. I can't imagine what it would be like to be 23 years old and seeing what's going on in the world today. So this is going to be fantastic that I actually get to ask her these questions because when I was 23, the last thing on anybody's mind was a pandemic, people leaving a place called Afghanistan, who's getting sued, who's getting thrown off a building, who got struck by what did he get struck by?
Lightning.
It's just really ridiculous. So, I mean, what do you make of this whole pandemic thing? You're only 23 years old. You want to go out. You want to go dancing. You want to mingle.
Yep.
What's it like?
So when it started, I was still finishing up my senior year of college at Rutgers University.
All right,
representing
Rutgers. Nice big R here.
New Brunswick.
Jersey school.
Yep. So I was finishing up school, and then I was almost done about February, March. So we go till May, and all of a sudden we get messages, get out. So we all had to get out of college, move everything out, clear out your dorms, and then do everything remotely. So that was my graduation was virtual. We had little slideshows. So I graduated virtually. I got my diploma 3 months later. It's hanging up in my wall. Right as soon as you walk in my house, it's on the right side of my wall. Fantastic up there. But I did graduate with a BA in ITI, so that's Information Technology and Informatics, and a minor in digital
Should I slow her
communication.
down? Is there anybody out there my age that has no idea what a BA is?
It's a Bachelor of Arts.
All right, well,
Yep.
okay, Bachelor of Arts.
Yep. So I finished with a degree in IT, so I do all the computer work, all the tech stuff. So I finished school, came home, graduated virtually. Now Rutgers is inviting us all back to celebrate our graduations this October, the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. So I think that's really nice too. So when I came home, we're all at home, quarantined. We can't find toilet paper. We can't find meat. We can't find food. It was crazy. My dad took me to meat markets all around the state of New Jersey. Couldn't find meat anywhere because, like I said, we live where all the trees are. There's nothing around us, so we have to drive 40 minutes to find meat and toilet paper.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And to not get toilet paper in North Bergen is dangerous because if you know that all the Italian guys in North Bergen, how hairy they are. Did this show
True.
just get disgusting?
Yes.
I have a BA in toilet paper. This is some of the funniest shit. Nobody's laughing because there's nobody here. All right, anyhow.
Unbelievable.
Yes. But that's torturous.
Yep.
What do you
Yeah.
even do? Now, can I go as far as, are you dating anybody? Have you
No.
been, do you have a boyfriend?
No, no. My life is very peaceful right now, and I'm keeping it very peaceful.
That's from a 23-year-old
Yes.
girl.
Yes.
She said, my life is peaceful.
Peaceful.
You're supposed to be in your 30s or 40s
Yes.
when you say, I want my life peaceful. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
friends pushing 60 going, I just want to be peaceful.
Yes.
Not 23.
Oh yeah, I like no aggravation. I don't like the 20 phone calls a day. Where are you? What are you doing? 17,000 messages. I like it peaceful. I like to be able to cook in peace. Do my work, go away. If I go on vacation, I get the 500
Oh, wait
questions.
a minute, because Mom's watching too. Now, what are you
Yeah.
saying? You'd never dated at all? You never had a boyfriend?
Oh, I have definitely.
So maybe
Yep,
the
yep.
boyfriend was just a pain in the balls and they couldn't
Yep.
take it, which changed your mind about dating?
I would say, there were a couple of rough characters. My dad would call them a couple of wise guys that he didn't, he wasn't a fan of. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. He
Your
was-
father had to step in and say, hey,
Dad,
listen.
yes, Dad would always put in his 2 cents after, you would invite him over, family dinner. The kid would leave, and Dad would say, I don't like this guy. I really don't like this guy.
Right.
So, you kind of watch the guy's behavior, and then you're like, no, I'm not feeling it with this one here. So, you're going to wait. I'll wait till the next one.
I could never be a parent. If I was a father of a 22, 23-year-old girl or 19, 20, something like this, and I had to meet some guy, come up to the door and say, yeah, we're going to the movies, I'm like, no, you're not. No,
Yeah.
she ain't leaving his house until she's 45 or I'm dead.
Yep.
Ah, I just want to take her to the prom. She ain't going to the prom. If she goes to the prom, I'm one of the chaperones and I'll drive you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yep. My dad's done that before. Yep.
I don't know. I think I'd be the type of guy go, he looks like a great guy. Let me go outside and talk to him.
Yes.
Then I come back in and he's gone. Well, Dad, what happened? He changed his mind. He didn't want to go nowhere. I don't know what happened, but he's gone now, and there's nothing you can do about it. All right, so you're single now.
Yep.
And right now, there's a lot of guys probably watching this show who are not from North Bergen, but from different parts of the country thinking, wow, a nice Italian girl from North Bergen, and she's a good cook because we're going to find out what's on this table and
Yeah.
all about that she cooks. So they're probably going to write in and say, hey, maybe we can get together. What's your social media? And now, being Uncle Michael, because I just decided that's
Yes.
what I'm going to be, none of that shit's going to take place. I'm like your father.
Yes.
He should be here right now. I met your father.
Yes, you met
I
Dad.
met him at the show.
Yep.
Oh, I
Yep.
like him. Nice
Oh,
guy.
yeah. We
Tough
have-
guy.
Very tough. Yep, 6 feet tall. Does not mess around.
No.
By far. No, scares every boy I've ever brought home.
You screw up his last name, you ain't never going to say another name. That's
Nope.
why I'm not talking to him no more. I say, Mr. You.
Yep. Yep.
Mr. You.
Yep.
How are you?
Yes.
You.
Yep. You gotta give a firm handshake too.
Yes.
Firm handshakes only. Yes.
Yeah. We can't even talk about that. Cancel culture will screw up the show. All right, so she goes to college. She got a nice education. She's a great-looking young lady.
Thank you.
Single. She ain't taking no shit from no guys right now.
Nope. Sorry.
And we asked her what it's like to deal with the pandemic, but she don't really have to deal with the dating situation because that's not something that she wants to get involved in. So I guess you really don't have to. But now that you're out of school, you see
Yep.
what's going on in the world. I mean, how do you even respond when you see things like a war that started when you were only 3 years old?
I would say it's kind of like history repeating itself. I'm like when I was 3 years old, I didn't know too much of what was going on. I was a baby. But now you learned about it in school. You're learning about stuff again. You're scared. You're scared. Because we don't know what's gonna happen next. I don't watch the news often, but I've heard a couple things. Social media and stuff. But I'm scared.
I can imagine. I could imagine a kid
Yeah.
would be really scared. How old were you when 9/11 came around?
9/11, so it's 2001. I was 3 years old.
3.
Yep, I was born in '98.
Do you remember it?
I
Like
remember.
TV and watching the news?
I remember I had a cousin actually that was in one of the buildings. So this is cousin on my dad's side. She was in one of the buildings and was actually able to get out before everything collapsed. So thankfully she made it out and everything. But that was the stories that were passed down to me. I remember seeing a little bit of something on TV But other than that, I can't remember much because I was so young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume that when you started to see like the 10th anniversary, the 15th anniversary, you started to say, wow, that happened when I was a kid, and
Yep.
it's still part of the news. It's traumatic. 9/11 is coming around again, the anniversary of what happened. I'm actually performing at a charity in Los Angeles to raise money for some of the victims who lost parents and relatives in 9/11. I've done it every year since in the Los Angeles Police Department in Los Angeles, California. So, all right, that sucks that you got to go through that, and then you got all this cancel culture bullshit going on in the world. I don't know what you think about it, but I hope you can get through it and be who you want to be when you grow up, because that's what we said when we were younger.
Yep.
You can grow up and be anybody you want to be
Nice.
until you get to 2021. Then you can only grow up and be what somebody else tells you it's okay for you to be. Wow, that was a lot of shit that just came out of my
Yeah.
mouth.
You were on a roll.
Thank you very much.
You were on a
That
roll.
came out really cool, though. I'll probably get yelled at, but it made a lot of sense. And so I'm glad that we got out there. I mean, I was telling you when you came down to the basement that I wanted to talk about the way things used to be through the eyes of somebody who's from basically the 80s. That was my
Yes.
era when I had fun dancing. They had this place called Montego Bay in Belmont, New Jersey, and this past Friday night they had the Montego Bay reunion party at the Headliner.
No.
The
Yeah,
Headliner's a
Headliner.
club
Yes.
in Neptune, New Jersey, and
Yeah.
they played 80s music, and all the people came to dance like they did, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, whatever it was, and nobody cared.
Yep.
They just went out on a dance floor and danced like animals with anybody and anybody.
Interesting.
Yes.
Totally
You
different
probably
from nowadays.
would have had a great time.
Yep.
This was a time where you would actually have to say to a girl, do you want to dance, or can I have your phone number and I'll call you in the future?
Wow.
And when you got the phone number, you hoped they gave you the right phone number, because they probably didn't. And if they
Oh,
did give you
boy.
the right phone number, it actually didn't have an area code, because there wasn't that many anyway.
True. Just the house phones, right?
Yes.
Yes.
She called it a house phone.
Yes,
Oh, I'm
we still
so
have
old.
ours.
We call it a landline.
Oh my
A
god.
house phone.
A house phone, yeah.
I'm going back to calling it a house phone. It's a house
Yes.
phone. A house
Yes.
phone back in the day was used for two things: talking to people and beating the shit out of your kids. You took that house phone, it was nice and heavy back in the day. The rotary one had two little bells in the top. When you took that and you hit your kid, you heard both bells, and the
Yes.
kid heard about 25 bells for another 2 days. Bada bing! And then you said, ask me that question again. And the question was different. No, I don't need to go out. I'll stay home.
Yes.
Yes, I love this show, and I love the fact that she knows this stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get these gifts when people send me stuff from different parts of the country, and I have these shirts. They were given to me by a friend. His name is Anthony Marino.
Nice.
So let's do this, because since we went off track and we really didn't hit what I was supposed to hit with what's going on in the news, do you know who that is?
I want to say, is that Courageous Cat? Yeah, that's Courageous Cat. My
She
mom did
got
that
it.
cartoon. I know this. My mom loved Courageous Cat.
Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse. I don't know if they're going to be on the air anymore, because there's a bunch of people called the cancel culture, and they have problems with guys like Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse. And all I want to say is they don't exist. It's a cartoon. Get over yourselves. There's no cat that talks to a mouse in real life. It's a joke. It makes little kids laugh. Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse forever.
Nice.
Thank you, Anthony Rena.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yes. We got this shirt, which is a replica of something that was huge back in the 70s. Anybody? Anybody?
Is that just a smiley face?
It's just a smiley face. But smiley faces made people who smoked marijuana happy. Now it makes anybody happy just to see somebody smile.
That's right.
Plus,
Yep.
you don't have to get marijuana illegally. You just go tell your doctor that your foot hurts and he gives you marijuana. That's the way it's supposed to be. While we're on that subject, let's ask our guest if she smokes marijuana with her mom in the basement watching the show.
No,
Do you?
I'm allergic. I'm actually
this
allergic.
is some bullshit.
I swear to God,
Here's
I am
a
allergic.
North Bergen Italian girl just started lying. She's kicking me under the table.
swear
My
to God.
foot's killing me. Ow, all right, I'll get off it.
Listen, I
Shit.
swear to God.
Nobody's allergic to marijuana.
If you saw my allergy report, 3
Saw.
pages. All weeds, cats, grass, mold, everything. Forget it.
Well, most people are allergic to mold. That's why it's called mold. A lot of people are allergic to cats. They just say they like the cat because the woman in the family likes the cat. The man don't. No man really wants a cat, I don't think. Just my opinion.
Well, my dad, here's the funny story about my dad. So, I wanted to get a cat. My mom wanted a cat. And my dad is a diehard dog fan. He loves dogs. He grew up with dogs. He would take a stray dog in when he was younger. So, I wanted the cat. My mom wanted the cat. So, my dad had no choice but to compromise because, happy wife, happy life. He's got one daughter, just me. So, he had to do what he had to do. Right? So, we ended
You're an
up-
only child?
Only child, yes.
Uh-oh.
So we actually adopted a cat from Ramapo Bergen Animal Refuge, and then my dad is now head over heels in love with the cat. Isn't that funny?
Yes.
I know.
Well, you don't need any cats in your house. Get a dog. A nice dog.
I could.
Yeah. But how do you know that you're allergic to marijuana? You would have to smoke it.
So in college, funny story, during all the, lovely social events, it would be there, my throat would be closing up, my eyes would be tearing, I'd be sneezing. It wasn't pretty, it just wasn't pretty. So that's how I kind of knew, I got the allergy report, and that's it. Never smoked in my life.
So a doctor said, yeah, you're allergic to pot?
Weeds.
Weeds.
Yep.
All weeds?
Yep.
Well, how about
bunch of
oils?
Oils? I don't know.
Gummy bears? I mean like edibles?
Oh, no, I never had that. No.
All right, so we're going to get some edibles, and we're going to prove a point here. See, sometimes when you smoke marijuana, hurts your throat, makes people think I'm allergic to it. You're not. You just got to get a different form of the marijuana. You don't want to do a bong hit when you have a sore throat. I know. And you don't want to smoke a pipe when it gives you a sore throat. But they have one-hitters that have oil and they're smooth. And you could vape it.
Really?
Yeah, you cover your nose and your... I can't believe I'm teaching myself. You cover your nose and your mouth and you vape. And you just go, oh. And you think your
way.
cookies are good. Wait till you taste the cookie after you vape. You won't even taste the cookie. That's how much better it's going to be.
No
Not that
way.
I'm saying your cookie's not going to be delicious, but I'm just saying. In fact, you could bake with some marijuana and we'll eat the entire box
Wow.
of cookies.
Well, we have 3 boxes right now in the studio here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she called it a studio. Watch out, baby. She's
right.
in the studio. Hope my neighbors aren't watching the show. Mike's got a studio. All right, well, I'm sorry that you're allergic to marijuana. And if you're just using that as an excuse because your mom's here watching the show, well, then I stand. Cow, stop kicking me.
Oh, forget it. No, listen, I've never touched it. My dad would kill me. Forget it.
Somebody just wrote in, Mike, her father's going to come and kick your ass. That's Massimo Battista, who has a great wine that we're going to be talking about in the future because he's going to be a proud sponsor of Mike Marino live on tour, especially when we start out in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Delray Beach, and that shit's all going to happen.
Nice.
Let's go into what you do.
Oh, boy.
Came on the show because I was watching on Instagram all the pictures that you have of you making foods.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess we contacted each other somehow, or maybe we liked each other's work. And she came to a show and
Yes.
was watching the comedy and decided let's go down to the basement with her mom and talk about what I do.
Yep.
I love when I see young people come up with incredible different ideas to make it through a pandemic and do something out of the box. You can go get a job that you studied when you were in college, or you could do your own thing. So tell us
Yes.
about what you're doing, then
Oh,
tell
boy.
us about what's in front of us, then we're going to eat what's in front of us.
All right, bet. So, I do a wide variety of things. So, I do social media influencing. I work with companies when I want, promote their stuff here and there. I do freelance tech work. I make my own little cooking videos here and there. Cooking with Marissa, I do that. And then last year in November, I started my company, Baked by Marissa LLC. So that's where I bake, I cater. I've catered for the fire department in Parsippany, New Jersey. I've baked cookies, cakes, muffins, even for someone from my town paper. I've done stuff for him. There's nothing that I can't bake. And in my free time, I don't know if you know this, but I love to do landscaping. That is my thing. My dad has a landscape company. Eventually, I may take it over, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we do. But, I like to landscape. I love cars. I love trucks. I love everything like that. But what I'm most passionate about would be cooking. So I love to cook. I love to have dinners at my house. I love to bake. And now I wanted to share all my baked goods with people, my friends, family, anyone. So now what we have here is we have 3 different types of my cookies.
Now, hold it now. We're going to go right to the cookies.
Oh, we go right to the cookies.
I think it's funny that she actually said she likes to landscape. Most of the guys
Yes.
watching the show right now are saying to themselves, this girl cuts lawns?
Yes, there is nothing that I can't. If you need me to weed whack,
I don't
got
see
you.
this 23-year-old in front of the house going,
I do. My neighbors hate me. We always have the machines running. We used to have a diesel pickup truck that woke up everyone in the neighborhood. Forget it.
Nothing like diesel cologne. It's the best. So
It
you
was
cut
rough.
lawns, huh?
I do. Just,
In other words, you
my
like to
neighbors.
plant
Oh, I love
flowers.
Yes, yes.
You're not
Oh,
really
yeah.
going to go out there and cut the lawn.
I do. Yeah, I cut the lawn with the
cut the
lawnmower.
lawn?
Oh, I do the snow blowing too. I snow blow my house, my neighbor's house. If someone needs something, we're there. We have everything. Everything. I know you're shocked right now. But I also do power washing too. If you want your house done, I'll come over there too.
I'll be right back. Just let her take over. What 23-year-old girl is snow blowing, power washing? You should be polishing your nails.
Sometimes I do that.
She's
but,
a North Bergen girl. She don't care.
I mean, sometimes I polish my nails. It depends on the day.
This
depends.
is the type of girl every guy should have. Because a guy's going to come over her house and say, you want to go to the movies? She's going to go, no, I'm power washing the house, asshole.
I
Come
have
on,
chores
get to work.
to do. I have
Did you get the
chores.
gas? I need gasoline.
Well,
Chores. Where did you get the word chores? Did anybody say chores anymore?
I think that was my mom, but my dad would always call it, you got to help me out. It was never called chores. It wasn't called a task or anything. It was called helping him out. Because I'm the only daughter. And, I can.
Are you the only child?
Only child, too.
Only child is your
Yep.
daughter.
Yes, yes.
Isn't that- That's what I'm going to say from now on. If I'm out on a date with a girl, I'm like, listen, you got to help me out.
Yes.
You got to help me out. I need some snow blowing.
Yep.
Get behind the machine, sweetheart.
Yep. Or it's,
You ain't coming up this driveway
Yeah.
unless you clear it. We'll be right back after this commercial break from Lawn Care Mowers. That's hilarious. I had my house power wash usually in the spring to get it ready for the summer. So you would actually get a power washing thing from Home Depot and
oh, yeah, we have one right at the house.
they got it at the house?
Of course. Yes, we have everything at the house.
See, this is the type of girl you guys want in your life. Because while she's baking beautiful cookies, she's outside snow blowing, plowing, cutting the tree down,
Yeah.
and doing everything that a guy should be doing.
Did my dad tell you that I was pruning trees not too long ago in the backyard? We have apple trees. We have peach trees. I have tomato plants. Did I tell you about my tomato plants? Hold that thought. So, with my tomato plants, my dad got them straight out of Italy. Straight out of Italy, and he was not messing around.
Hold on a minute now. I live in
Yes.
Scotch Plains, New Jersey, right down the block from the church, and there's a couple thousand Italians that got all their tomatoes straight out of Italy.
Yes, my dad got the plants
It's a phone
imported.
call.
Yes.
And you got to have a home phone with 2 bells, and you call Italy and go, hey, deliver me some straight out of Italy seeds so I can make tomato sauce for 2 years.
I have no idea.
Or gravy. Don't fight me.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
I say gravy.
I say sauce. Now we're going to have a battle.
Shit. All right. You say sauce?
I say
yeah, my
sauce.
family always said gravy.
No way.
No, we'll go with what your family does. Your father's watching. He's going to kill me.
Right. If he says gravy, my dad's going to say, what is this, Thanksgiving?
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
got that problem.
Everyone's got an issue with that.
So, okay, so you get seeds from Italy? To
No,
make the...
I don't know how my dad got these. So, one day, come home, my dad's like, here, I got these plants. I don't know how he got them. I don't know who he got them from. Don't ask me questions. I just see what's there and I just roll with it. So I have to help him plant them in the backyard, the
So
whole
it's
nine.
a baby tomato plant?
Baby tomato plant. Yep,
He got it from Italy?
yep.
What, do you have friends over there? Family over
I
there?
have family over there. Apparently, we have a city named after. It's got the same last name as my grandma's maiden name. Apparently, we have a boat. I have all cousins in Italy too. I'm all friends with them on Facebook. Hi, cousins. How you doing?
Apparently we have a boat.
Apparently, that's what they told me.
And your father's off the boat.
No, he's not actually off the boat.
He's not?
No, surprisingly,
Are you
he's not.
Sicilian?
How'd you know?
Well, because you
And I'm
said
Sicilian
sauce.
and Italian, yes.
No, the Sicilian would say sauce. I'm
Yes.
Abruzzese. It depends on what region your family's from in Italy
Yep.
that you're going to say gravy or sauce. It really doesn't even have anything to do with New Jersey, quite honestly, or
Yep.
New York. It's where your family's from in a certain region. So my mother always explained it to us that way. And when she called it sauce, it was marinara. When she called it gravy, it's because there was meatballs in it.
Nice.
With meats and shit like that. But as soon as you said sauce, I'm thinking, okay, Sicilian, you have that Sicilian look.
I get that.
And your father taught you how to be a lawn care person, so he's
Yes.
definitely Sicilian.
Yes.
And if he's telling you he's getting tomato plants from Italy and not Home Depot, I don't think so. Maybe he goes to Home Depot.
I don't know where he
It's
goes.
an
I
Italian
don't know what he
town in
does.
Italy, Home Depot.
And tell me something.
You can even get tomato plants
Forget
at
it.
Coscosio. Costi Cosio.
No way.
Yeah, it's right over there by Naples. Naples, Italy sells tomatoes.
Hope they have a BOGO deal.
You watched last week's show, huh? No, it was the week before. BOGO deal. I thought I was the only one saying that. Everybody
No, I
says
always
that.
say BOGO deal.
I never heard of BOGO. I'm an older guy. I never even heard of, what'd you say, it was BC? You got
No.
a BA?
BA,
A
yeah,
BA.
Bachelor of Arts.
Yeah, you don't want to hear what I know. All right, so, well, this is really wonderful that you do that, all that stuff, and that brings you right into that you enjoy baking.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, you're going to tell us about the cookies that are on this table, how you made them, and how everybody can get them. So
All
start
right.
off
So
with these cookies because there's 3 different type of cookies that she brought, that she made. There's over 100 cookies in the basement that we're going to be
Yes.
eating.
I came prepared.
Yes, there's
don't know.
only 3 of us here, so we're going to eat 100 cookies. And she's not going to smoke any marijuana because she's allergic to it. So go ahead.
So, what we have here, I don't know if they can see it up there, but
You can show it here.
ooh. So somehow half the cookie was missing, before the show started. I didn't eat it. I don't know who ate it, but I think it was this one over here. Anyway, so we got sugar cookies, we got chocolate chip cookies, and then you got snickerdoodle cookies. So these are a couple of the types of cookies that I make. So
I feel like I'm sitting down with the new Rachel Ray.
I do love Rachel Ray.
I don't like Rachel.
You don't like Rachel Ray?
Not really.
Oh, never mind. We won't talk about her.
That's okay. I mean, it's not my type of show. That's all. I'm sure she's great at what she does.
I watch all the Food Network and everything.
All. She's so
All the
North
food
Bergen. All the food. Let's
So-
slow her down just a little bit. Right now, my
So-
fans are watching the show saying, slow down.
So with this cookie,
is a sugar cookie.
yes,
Everybody knows and loves a sugar cookie.
You bet.
These are the best.
because they're made by me.
I'm sure if I was 23, I'd love to dip this in a glass of milk.
That's what I do.
There used to be a commercial back in the day said milk does a body good. Now we don't have commercials like that because milk make you gassy and fart. But I would love to dip this in a cup of coffee. So while I'm on that subject, before we taste the next cookie, what would you drink with this cookie? We have a glass of wine, and I think I'll pop that open right now. This wine was given to me by a friend. It's called Diablo Moon, and we're going to share this bottle of wine. We'll see what it's like.
Cool.
I don't know if wine is really something you should have cookies with. However, some people do. It depends on the wine. Like red wine, I guess it's for steak, but you would
Yeah.
know that, right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And what is white wine usually good for?
White wine, I don't know. I like white wine better than I like red wine. So I know I'm going to get, a lot of comments about that. My dad, my mom, they like red wine more. White wine I usually have with, my pastas and stuff. But, I've actually had white wine with everything because I'm weird.
There was a silent moment.
Yep.
Why do you think you're weird?
Well, because everyone always says, you have to have the red wine more than the white wine, but I've always liked white wine more. My friends always roasted me all the time at all the birthday parties and everything. Oh, she likes the white wine, I don't know, but, I'll drink red wine, but if I'm
Wow.
shopping, white wine.
Well, I don't know exactly what this wine is. It's obviously a red wine. Looks like it's on the dry side, but
Thank
we're going
you.
to taste that with our sugar cookie. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow,
That's fantastic.
that's some powerful wine.
It's fantastic.
All right, so we had some red wine. We had the sugar cookie. It's absolutely delicious.
Oh, thank you.
One of the worst things for me to be having in the house right now is 100 cookies because I'm going to eat them all. Because when she leaves and her mom's not here and nobody's watching, I'm going to smoke that joint. And I'm going to eat these cookies. I'll probably take a walk into town, see if I can't find some friends that'll eat these cookies with me. So that's that one. I want to go to this one
All right, bet.
because this is the All-American chocolate chip. Oh, do I wish I had a cup of coffee. There's just something about coffee that makes this mushy. Man, that is good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
If you were older, I would say, man, this is fucking good. But since you're so young, I have to keep the show clean. There is a chocolate chip in every bite. There used to be a commercial a long time ago. Yeah, it was an elf. And the elf said, there's a chip in every bite. I believe it was the elf.
Really?
Yeah. The commercials were written by these guys puffing stuff. They smoked a lot of marijuana and they came up with cookies that were baked by elves who lived in a tree.
Oh, boy.
This is before your time. But anybody out there who's listening right now, you know that the Keebler cookies were made by elves because everybody in the 60s and 70s smoked marijuana. That's how they come up with ideas of chefs being elves, fitting in a tree.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah. Oh, I know a lot about marijuana. Moving on. I was never a fan of snickerdoodles.
Oh, you gotta be kidding
I don't.
me.
No.
Oh, no.
I don't even know if I like the word snickerdoodle. Because when I was a kid, my mother had 3 boys, me and my 2 brothers, Anthony, Paul, and Michael. And my mother called our private part a doodle. Be careful, you might hurt your doodle. Don't touch your doodle. If you have to go to the bathroom, the water will come from your doodle. So snickerdoodle just kind of turned me off. Because now I'm about to bite a doodle.
I'm trying to hold it together.
Why you gotta hold it together? It's a comedy show.
Once I start laughing, I'll
It's
start
fun.
snorting. That's not a...
Oh, are you a
I'm
snorter?
a snorter.
There you go. So there's her drug of choice. She does cocaine.
My dad's gonna kill me.
I don't hear any snorts. Let's bite our doodles. I mean our Snickers doodle. There's
Cinnamon.
many flavors in this doodle. It's like a burst. It's a burst of flavor. There's some sugar in there.
Yep.
There's some cinnamon in there.
Yes.
That's really it.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnamon, and what else?
Cinnamon, sugar, and then we have the basic cooking ingredients. You got your vanilla extract and everything, but you always toss them in the cinnamon and the sugar.
Nothing like a tossed snickerdoodle. She don't smoke marijuana.
No.
This is really, really good.
Thank you.
Seriously, folks, these cookies are fantastic. And before we tell everybody where to get them, I think now would be a good time to take some questions from everybody to our friend Marisa right now. So what do we got? Hi, Mel Pastore. How are you? Thank you so much for writing and calling us this afternoon. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as we said earlier in the show, next week is my 200th anniversary. And I asked everybody to send me a video, 30 seconds or less, of who you think was your favorite guest on the show, which now includes Marisa. So tomorrow, go to MikeMarinoFans@gmail.com and tell me in a video format who you think was one of the best guests I had on the show, or who you'd like to see on the show again. And so far, we had like 3 people say Gary Pastore, who's an actor who lives here in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Mike, you're an icon. That's not a question. Thank you very much, Carlo. I appreciate that. Joseph Casolo. Mike, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a doodle, a snickerdoodle. Can you do a shout out to Sarah in Vernon, New Jersey, please? Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Shout out
To Sarah
in Vernon,
New Jersey.
How you doing?
Hello.
Sauce is very based. Gravy is meat based. Oh, like everybody's got to talk about that shit.
Yes, thanks, Frank.
Do you? This question's coming from Brian Figueroa, who I know from Los Angeles, California. Do you plant fig trees?
So I don't, but we have a fig tree at my grandma's house, so we did come prepared. Don't worry.
She said grandma, which I think is Sicilian. A lot of Italians say nonna. How come you don't say
Yes.
nonna?
We just never did. It was always grandma and grandpa, and then my mom's side, Nana and Papa.
Right.
Yep.
That's Sicilian. All right,
Yep.
let's go to Instagram. Mike, you never responded to my podcast invitation. Why must you do this?
Uh-oh.
Well, thank you, Dylan. I really appreciate you saying something positive while I'm having a podcast right now. I would love to be on your podcast, and I'd love for you to come on my podcast. All you have to do is instant message me or DM me. And if you would, why don't you just write to the producer of the show? Are you listening? Mike Marino Entertainment at gmail.com. Introduce yourself to the producer of the show, Tatiana Bluchel. Anybody could do it. If you would like to be on this show, or you would like to sponsor one of these shows, write to me, Mike Marino Entertainment at gmail.com. There you go, Dylan. Now let's get back to the cookie, shall we? All right.
Nice.
The Italian president was the best thing I've ever seen. Well, hey,
Yes.
thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate that. And now what's been going on in Afghanistan, I think I'll bring back some of those jokes. I am going to run for president in 2024, and that's why we're taking in sponsorships, so that I can become the president. If you watch the president give a speech today about what's going on in Afghanistan, I don't like to make fun of people in the political world. I don't take sides. I just know that I'd be better at what they're doing. I would know how to give a speech. I'd give a great speech. And I wouldn't fall asleep from time to time, and my teeth wouldn't look like they were about to fall out of my face. Sorry. And I don't think I'd make any mistakes in my words, because he said a vacation. If you watched his show, if you watched his speech today, the president said, instead of saying evacuation, he said avocation. We're not going to stop until everybody avocation's out. Some shit like that. Oh, man. He should have read that script before he did the speech. I got to tell you, if I ever gave a speech on television about that, I'd be like, listen, we told them we're leaving. Get on the fucking plane. We're going. That's how you give a speech. You believe a guy like that. And I keep my teeth in my mouth.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'd stay awake. I swear he went like this. He goes, everybody's gonna... We're gonna get them. What is your favorite thing to bake? Says Gina Marie from Long Island, New York.
Oh, I love Long Island. Hi, Gina. I am out on Montauk, the Hamptons.
Montauk.
Yes, you name it, I'm there. Gina, I love to bake cookies. That is my favorite thing, my best seller. I love chocolate chip cookies. That is my number one, by far.
Well, that's fantastic. Hello, Carolyn D. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you, everybody, for writing into the show. Let's go to Instagram for a question for my special guest right now as well. Let's see. My vote is for Mike 2024. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.